Hello, everyone. Thank you, everyone that's in chat already. I'm super happy with you all. I am super happy with you all. Like, this is amazing. Before we even started, and there's people already here. It's just awesome. Thank you for joining us. This is episode 21, which is 21. And I'm super excited because we're going to talk about some shit. Also, Luca's here.
What's up?
No, not gonna comment on the fact that was kind of messed up. All right, whatever. You're getting used to it, I guess.
I know you love me, so I don't care.
Oh, well, you think.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
So we are here. We are live, and if you don't know already, I'm Blue. That's Luca. And yeah, we're going to get into it. We're going to get into some shit today because people have been irking me. What about you?
Yeah, people have been super annoying this week. And I'm just like, well, actually, it's like an odd day when someone doesn't get on my nerves. So.
Oh, I see.
Let's be, yeah.
All right. Well, we can talk about that, I guess. I am just kind of in this place where I'm just like, I'm not gonna take anyone's shit, and so yeah, that creates lots of problems. People are not used to that, so we'll get into it. We'll let you guys know what we're talking about specifically, and it should be good. Of course, we are gonna start with our first segment, which we always do, is our questions. So let's get that going. Question time. Oh, sorry. I know Luca hates when I do that. Anyhow.
I never said I hated it.
You totally said stop singing things.
No, I said, why are you singing things? Get it right, miss. Don't put words in my mouth, ma'am.
I like to sing. I'm a happy person.
Are you?
Yeah.
Debatable, but okay.
All right, first question is there a particular outfit or accessory that changes how you feel? Now, the reason why I love this question is because I have this little black dress that I enjoy wearing because I feel like it makes me feel super confident. But I also have like these workout clothes and hat that I put on sometimes where I'm just like, it makes me feel strong, like I can like fuck anybody up. Probably can't, but whatever. And yeah, I think that a lot of people have outfits or accessories that they wear and they just like, it makes them feel a particular way. What about you?
Yeah, I have all of my my video game, my video game accessories.
Oh my God.
They make me feel really cool. Like I have a Mass Effect hoodie,
like your
and I have
controller?
a Fallout 4 hoodie.
Fallout 4.
No, I have actual clothes.
Gear. You're such a nerd.
Am I?
Yeah. You have a Fallout hoodie and a what?
Yeah, I have Fallout 4 hoodie and a Mass Effect hoodie, a Dragon Age hoodie, a Witcher 3 hoodie.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yes, of course it's cool. Everything I do is cool.
Okay, so now I want you to take a picture in each and every single one and like send it to me.
No, I'm good.
Why? I want to see what they look like.
Nah,
but like on you.
Nah, I'm good.
I'm kidding. Lipstick. Someone says lipstick in the chat. Oh, okay. That's nice. I mean, I wear lipstick. Do you wear lipstick, Luca?
No, I don't. I don't wear any makeup.
I think my lipstick is more just like based off of my mood. It doesn't necessarily change the way I feel. But the particular clothes do change the way I feel. So it's kind of funny. It's like armor sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
My beard makes me feel like a villain. That's pretty cool. See, things like that. I feel like the particular things make you feel a particular way. We would like to know some more. If you guys are interested in answering, just let us know down below. Luca does not wear any lipstick.
Yeah, I don't wear any makeup. I don't see the point.
Girl, don't get me started. I wear lots of makeup, guys and gals and peoples. Not because I need it, just because I like to. I used to be into makeup a lot. I used to do like makeup looks and post them and on Instagram. And I don't know. I guess I stopped because I ran out of time. I had to go to school and things like that. But it was pretty lit. I'm not even lying. Like people would compliment me on my makeup skills, and I'll be like, because there are some amazingly talented people online. Just saying. I thought about also getting into makeup artistry, but you know, another life. One day I will put makeup on Luca.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll look awesome. I'm sure you're very skilled.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say no.
Why would you think that? I've people have put makeup on me before, and they're like, "Oh, you look nice." I'm like, "Thank you."
Oh.
But yeah, shout out to everyone watching. Yes, crap, I agree. You are such a handsome alpha rhino.
Hold up. No.
Bye, Desi baby.
No.
No?
You can't come in here and you can't come in here and say how we're talking about how you're a handsome rhino and then like Luca agrees with you. What is this nonsense?
I mean, he actually said he's a handsome alpha rhino. Please get it correct.
OMG. So, next question, or actually it's more of a list. List 2 pet peeves that you have. Now, I know Luca has an infinite list of pet peeves.
Mm-hmm.
But name 2.
I don't like it when I'm talking to someone and I give them like this long list of things that I've just ranting and raving, and all they reply with is LOL. Blue does it to me all the time. She knows I don't like it. I don't know why she continues to do it.
Lately, I haven't been putting LOL though. I've been putting Anytime she says something interesting or just like, I'm just like, okay. The other day she was like, what? And I'm like, I'm just thinking. But
yeah, no, I hate that. I really do hate that. It makes me just not want to talk to you anymore.
You don't like open-ended responses.
Yeah, just tell me, like, give me a reply to what I said, because if you don't give me a reply to what you said, I'm like, all right, well, I guess they just don't want to talk, and then I'll just go and do something else. So well, I consider it an end of the conversation.
That's not necessarily how that works, but okay.
I mean, if you don't have anything more productive to say, miss, ma'am.
I think I've been better about the LOLing, though. Sometimes there's nothing much to say. I mean, let's be honest. Like, sometimes I just gotta laugh because it's so funny. Because you be like, "Whoa," and I'm like, oh, okay. I'm kidding. She doesn't do that, guys. All the time.
Another pet peeve of mine is when, let's say, I'm talking to someone and I'm being nice to them or whatever, and like super sweet and in-depth and whatever, and they just reply with some basic ass shit. I'm like, all right, I'll talk to you next year, basically.
What do you mean basic ass shit?
Just like, if I don't feel like my affection is being returned, I'll leave and go do something else. Oh my
God. Are you kidding? So are you saying if someone's like, oh, if you're like, hey, you're beautiful, and then the person's like, oh, thanks, and that's it, and then you're just gonna get upset?
I think upset is a strong word. I just think, okay, I can go spend my time doing
I'll show
else.
Someone else some attention.
Yeah, I'll show someone else some attention, and they will respond appropriately. That's how I feel about it. Like, if I give Blue attention and affection and she doesn't give me anything back, I'll go find a different girl.
Why do I feel like every pet peeve you're listing right now is about me? What the fuck? I feel attacked. I feel personally attacked right now.
Because you hit a lot of my pet peeves, That's fine.
Good to know. I didn't know this before, but okay.
Okay.
Great. Nice. Girl, way to bombard me with this shit on Speak. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. You know what? So since we're doing this game, my pet peeves. Actually, I can't even list off the top of my head pet peeves that you do that annoy me. Like, what the fuck? That's not even great. Well,
because I don't do anything to annoy you, obviously. Obviously.
No. Don't get it twisted. Okay. I really can't even think of anything right now. You actually sat down and pondered this, didn't you?
No, it's just things I noticed. That's all.
Well, my pet peeves, one of them being, which is something we actually are going to talk about today, people talking about me behind my back and not telling me outright what the problem is. Things like that kind of, not that it bothers me that people are talking about me behind my back, more just like no one is real enough to just come to me and say something. That kind of bothers me because I'm just like, where are all the real people though? Like, what? I take it upon myself to tell people like how I feel, and a lot of the times I've run into problems because of it, but sometimes people appreciate other people being honest, and I would appreciate honesty back. Just saying. That's one thing. And I think this week in particular I've noticed a lot of that, and so whatever. Another one of my pet peeves is when people don't give me personal space. I'm small, like in size, like I'm not very tall. And so I already feel like I'm being like swallowed whole by crowds of people that are a lot taller than me. And so when people are super close to me, when they can help it, like there's a lot of space on this bus or a lot of space on this train and you're standing right next to me, hello, I hate that. Like I don't like feeling like I'm invisible. I'm already short. I don't need to also be like ignored. So give me some space, please. Yeah, that's a pet peeve of mine. So what is one thing you will never do again? I think one thing that I will never do again is let people treat me like crap because I'm worried about how people will perceive me. I'm just not, like, I'm not. It's not happening. When I was younger, I was worried so much about looking like a bitch and, looking like an unhappy person that I allowed people to get away with stupid shit just so that I didn't fall into that category. Because people, what they do is when they don't like something about you, especially if you have a strong personality, they try to make it seem like it's a super bad thing, like, oh yeah, that person, oh yeah, she's a bitch, like that kind of thing, so that you feel like you can't be yourself. You know what I mean? They make it a negative. They make it so that you feel like you don't want to be yourself or do particular things just to please others. And when I was younger, I let that get to me a lot. And yeah, at this point in my life, it's just it's not happening. So that's something I will never do again. What's something you won't ever do again?
I'll never go on the giant drop again at Six Flags. I apparently have a fear of heights that I was not aware of.
You did that? Oh my God.
That very moment, and I was terrified out of my mind. So, yeah, ever again.
Wait, when was that? How long has it been since you've done that?
A couple years.
What made you even get on there?
Oh, well, my sister and my brother wanted to go on. And I had been on roller coasters all day, and I didn't feel anything about it. So I figured it'd be fine. I didn't realize I had a fear of heights, so.
Interesting. All right. Yeah, I would never do that ever. Never done it once, never gonna do it. That's not happening. Yeah, I'm afraid of heights too. All right. Well, those were our questions. If you guys want to participate in question time, just let us know later in the comments below. We would like to hear your answers. And yeah, it's interesting how you learn a lot about someone just by like simple questions, Like I did not know that Luca had a fear of heights like me. So we have something in common. Yay. No, not yay. No.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, let's move on to our first topic, which is usually our light topic, but it might get a little crazy. if I can find the... Okay, sorry. There you go. All right. Our first topic this week is peer pressure. Now, I know everyone's heard of it. I know everyone's most likely been through it or at least have seen it happen. But peer pressure, we're going to talk about it because it's something that does still happen as an adult. And I know Luca has a story about peer pressure recently that's happened with you. So let us know.
Yeah, I'm not going to go into any detail, but I did experience a bout of peer pressure, and it wasn't like they were forcing me to do it or anything like that. It was more of a, I felt like I had to sort of thing, maybe to fit in, maybe because everyone else was doing it. I don't know. It was an odd feeling because I normally don't let that kind of stuff get to me. Like when I was growing up, a lot of my friends around me were doing drugs and drinking and all that stuff, and they would ask me and I'd be like, no, I'm good. And I never felt inclined to do like any of that stuff, but it's just kind of like, yeah, I'm not being pressured to buy COD. If someone wants to buy me COD, though, let me know. Hit me up. TheAshenLuca, Xbox Live.
MG.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of find it an odd feeling. I'm concerned that maybe I'm changing a little bit, and I'm not sure how I feel about that per se. But I feel like I've chilled out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a let things happen sort of person, or maybe I'm just starting to care less about general things and more about things that don't really matter. It's like an odd feeling, really. I mean, everyone has felt peer pressure before, right? Like, you can't pretend like you haven't or that you don't experience it. Like, even at work, even though you're an adult and stuff, you still feel it. Like, my coworker is being pressured into going into our holiday party at work because, like, our boss and our coworkers have been like, oh, you didn't go to the other parties, like, what, you're gonna skip this one as well, like, you just, and you haven't been to any of them. And she's like, yeah, I guess I have to go now. And I'm like, I'm still not going. Like, I don't like participating in work events. I've said this several times, but I'm happy I wasn't at work this week, so I was able to duck and dodge that questioning. But it's just like, it's things like that, And my coworker, she's a very apathetic person, and she doesn't typically let anything get to her. So I was surprised that she felt inclined to go to this party, even though she really doesn't want to, just because it's like, I guess maybe if you like respect the people who are asking you to do something, you feel more inclined to do it. Like, I remember a lot of the times when I was younger, my friends would ask me to go out and I didn't want to go out, but I would go out just because they asked. Or back when I had a position where I had to help people out and do overtime, I would feel inclined to go into work and work like 6 or 7 days a week just because I was asked, and I felt pressured to because I was concerned about what my peers and my boss would think of me. But honestly, I've like gotten over that for the most part. I would always just say, yo, I don't have my phone on my days off. That way, if they called or emailed me or texted me, I'd be like, I wasn't there to see it. So
See, I feel like, I feel the same. I never liked, when I used to work in the office, I never liked going to work events. I just don't, like, it's just, I don't know. I would rather be doing something that's actually fun. And anytime people ask me to do things, if I don't feel like doing it, I say no. And the issue with that is that people, especially my family, likes to do this. They'll be like, oh, you're so antisocial. And I'm like, first of all, do you even know what the fuck that means? Thanks. And second of all, no, I'm not. I'm very social. I just don't feel like being social with you guys. Like, there's just sometimes that I don't feel like going. And so if you say no, a few times, apparently you're antisocial. And then at some point, if you say no a few times, it becomes this thing where they do this whole like, oh yeah, we were gonna ask you, but you always say no, so we just didn't bother. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And then I find out later.
I understand that, because it's kind of like, if you're always saying no, then.
But I'm not always saying no. That's the funny thing about it.
Well,
Like
how often
it
do you
doesn't.
say no?
I don't know, like every other time maybe.
Yeah. For me, it's like, if I ask my friend to do something and they're busy or something, and I'll give them like 3 times, right? I'll give them 3 times, 3 different occasions when I ask them to hang out, and they keep saying, "Oh no," or "I'm busy," or "I don't feel like it." Then I'm like, "All right, cool. I'll stop asking and I'll ask other people then." That's just how I do it. And then one of my friends, she's been kind of, I don't know what's been going on with her, to be perfectly honest, but she used to go out a lot, and now she says no all the time when people ask her to go out. And I'm telling her, I'm like, yo, you need to make the effort to go out, because if you don't, people will stop asking you, and you're going to be alone, and you don't want that. So you need to start making the effort to go out when your friends want to go out with you. Like, it doesn't have to be all the time.
Well, I guess, but I also feel, I don't know, it's just sometimes people don't take into account what other people are into, you know? Like, if you're inviting people that aren't into like clubbing or drinking and things like that, then like kind of try to be creative and come up with different things, like different options. Like I have friends that didn't enjoy, you know, I have friends that don't enjoy video games, right? So I'm not going to be like, hey, do you want to come with me to this Xbox launch party? Like, no, she's not going to give a fuck about that, you know? Like, I don't know. I just feel like people kind of want to do what they want to do and don't think about the other person, really, sometimes. So there's that. But for me, the last time I experienced peer pressure, I think, there's still peer pressure that happens. I just don't give into it. But, the real times that I did experience it and actually went and, you know, regretted it and things like that were when I was in high school. And I felt like, of course, when you're in high school, you're trying to figure out who you are and things like that. So a lot of the times I felt like I still had a strong personality, but I was still trying to appease people because I didn't want everyone to hate me, right? I cared for some reason. And so I would hang out with people that I wouldn't normally like, but just to sort of make more friends, hang out with them and things like that, so I wouldn't be alone, whatever. And those people, they were not good people. And it's funny because you don't always realize it when you're in the middle of it, but like if you surround yourself with people who are not, you know, good for you and like interested in, they don't have your best interest in mind, yeah, they can fuck up your life. And if it weren't for the fact that I actually would like sit and reflect on things, then I probably would have ended up, you know, making some really bad decisions. I mean, eventually I figured out like, yeah, I'm not about this. Like, I need to do what I want to do, and just did whatever I wanted and let everyone in the school call me a bitch. I didn't care at that point. I was just like, yeah. And once I started owning it, people stopped trying, you know, to get under my skin, and they just kind of just were just like, oh yeah, well, you know, she's just the way she is, whatever. But again, that was when I was like already a junior and senior, and I was just kind of like, you know, done with it all. But when I was a freshman and sophomore, I was just struggling with like, but I want people to like me, but I want to like fit in, but I want to do this, that, this. And then eventually I don't know what clicked for me, but I was just like, this is stupid. Like, there's no point in trying to make other people happy. What's most important is when you are happy with yourself, and then you can worry about other people. And eventually when I was happy with how I ended up making actual friends who actually cared about me, and not the bullshit of like, you know, people who hang around with you because you, I don't know, are just there and they don't give a fuck about you, which, trust me, there are people like that now as an adult. So it's definitely something to be wary of. How do you think peer pressure has affected your life like now? I still have people who try to get me to do things that I don't really want to do. And if I say no, it becomes this thing of just like, oh, but why not? Oh, live a little. People will say to me like, oh, live a little. And I'm just like, I do live. What?
Yeah, I find myself getting really irritated when people don't take no for an answer. Because typically if my friends, if I'm like, oh, do you want to go do this or this? And they're like, no, I'm like, all right, cool. Or if they're busy or something like that, I'm like, oh, cool. All right, bye. And then I always like, in turn, my other friends will be like, why didn't you like convince them to go? I'm like, why would I do that? But they said no for a reason. If they don't want to go, I'm not going to force them to go. But my friends do that to me sometimes still. They're like, do you want to go out and do this? I'm like, no. And they're like, well, why not? And all this stuff, right? And I'm like, I just don't want to. And it irritates me when people just don't take no for an answer.
Right. I feel like, okay, so question, does someone trying to pressure you into sex count as peer pressure?
Yeah.
Because it's something that, of course, when we're younger, we see, like, we, see that in shows and things like that. But, like, as an adult, that shit happens too, still. And it's kind of interesting because people, when you said don't take no for an answer, I kind of think of, like, men who do that when they, or my experience, when men that I've met sometimes where they're just like, don't understand or don't want to accept that I'm not interested in them.
Yeah.
And then it becomes this whole thing of just like, well, now you're making me feel uncomfortable because the words that you're using and the way that you're trying to convince me as if I don't know my answer already. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm telling you I'm not interested, I'm not interested. There's no like, oh yeah, but she really means yes, even though she's saying no thing. Like, or, oh yeah, you're just playing hard to get. Like, that's not what this is. And I know that starts to blur the lines a little bit because that can lead to more serious things. But it just, it's really interesting how that starts, right? How peer pressure is like the beginning of something that can be worse.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Honestly, I have faced that before where I'm like, no, I'm not interested, and they keep bothering me. But it's just kind of like, I try to be nice, especially when it comes to people who are expressing interest in me. I try to be nice at first, but if they're not getting it, then I shut it down. And sometimes I have to be very blunt about it to get them to understand that I am not interested. And if I say no, then it means no. It's like, I don't even understand what this whole, well, if she says no, it actually means yes. I don't get that. I've never understood that. Like, I've never had any female friends who are like, oh, I'm going to say no to this guy, but I actually want him to come after me. Like, I've never seen that before. So I don't know how that even became like a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just very odd to me because I can't even imagine trying to pursue someone who yeah, I'll kick them in the ankle, man. But I can't even imagine trying to pursue someone who said, yeah, I'm not interested. Like, I'm like, all right, cool. I'll go, I'll be polite and respect your answer, like constantly badgering someone to give you a shot. That's bothersome.
Also, like, I don't know about you, but for me, it makes it worse. Because if I'm just like, oh, yeah, I'm not interested, like, I'll still talk to you and we can just be cool, like, have a conversation. If you're going to just, like, badger me about it, like, I'm not fucking talking to you. And you will get a negative response from me. Like, I will curse you out. I'm not about that life. Like, you're not going to, first of all, I know myself. I know what I want. I know what I want to do. I know all of these things. So it's not like you're not gonna say something to like charm your way into my life right? I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, you know what? Actually, I think I will give you a chance. Like, that's not how it's going to work. I'm very much the type that if I feel like there's a possibility of something, then, you know, I'm not going to just knock it down. But if I absolutely know for sure, no, this is not happening, and I can tell that all you want is for things to happen, then like, no, like there's no point in me talking to you. And honestly, I know, like, if I say it nicely and like respectfully, there's no reason why you should continue, because then it escalates and then I get angry. And then, yeah, I'm going to give you a negative response that you're not going to want to hear, because it's going to, you know, hurt your fragile ego. And it's just not, I don't like it at all. I don't like it at all. But I think it's important to remember things like that. I think it's important that if someone is not interested, it's important to respect their decision. And it's important to, if you want to talk about it, that's fine. Having a conversation about it is not badgering someone, though. So we have to remember that, right? That if you are talking about something like, I don't know, someone's decision to date someone and you don't think that that person's good for them, you can kind of talk about it, right? But not be like, you shouldn't date them. You shouldn't date them. You shouldn't date them. You know what I mean? Listen, y'all need to get your shit together. We say it every single freaking episode. I'm sick of this bullshit, man. I'm so sick of it. Stop trying to peer pressure people. If no one wants to do something, if someone doesn't want to do something, it's fine. Let them live their life. If someone does want to do something, it's also fine. Let them live their life. But at the same time, having open conversations is totally fine. I think I'm fine with open conversations.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, but don't try and convince me as if I don't know what I want. I just feel like it's so belittling. True. It's just so belittling. Like, I'm not a child, you know?
I really don't like when people try to talk down to me. This is why this is why I also don't ever confess my feelings. I'm like, you know what? We don't even have to be put in this awkward situation. I just won't say anything.
Oh, but that's different, though, I feel. Like...
Nah, fam.
Fine. I won't peer pressure you into changing your decision.
Okay.
Although I do think that sometimes you can take a chance.
Nah, I'm good.
Just be like, I like you.
I'll be single for the rest of my life.
Oh my, no, what? That is not, no. Stop it. I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. I'm not going to be like, old lady Luca. Well, Luca, remember we were young and you said that you were going to be single forever. Well, look at you now. Have like 5 husbands. 5
husbands. Jeez.
5 partners just like sitting there like waiting for you to be done with your dominoes. Or whatever it is that we'll play. I'm sorry, that was a Latino thing. Old Latino people play dominoes. Whatever it is that we'll be playing, bridge or some shit. I don't know.
Bridge?
What do old people play?
I don't know.
Checkers?
I like checkers.
Okay, there. Checkers. We'll be playing checkers on Xbox.
Checkers on Xbox. Jesus, all right.
All right, let's move on to our next segment. This is Girl, Let Me Tell You, where we give you some stories about something that happened this week or prior. And yeah, we just talk about it because, listen, sometimes we need to get these things out. This is our therapy, guys. So, Luca, what is your girl? Let me tell you for this week.
Okay. Girl.
What was that?
What was what?
Okay. What was that? That's what
Did I say it like that?
Yes. Everybody heard that, right? It wasn't just me. I don't know.
What did they hear? I don't.
What are you doing it again?
What am I doing?
What is that voice?
What voice?
Oh well, what did they hear? Like what?
Wait, I don't. Why are you saying it like that?
That's what you. Okay. What is your girl? Let me tell you. I can't.
I don't understand what you're pointing out. Like
Nothing.
right now.
Nothing.
Did my voice actually change?
Yes.
Huh.
It's fine. It's cute. Go.
Oh, all right. Okay, so girl, let me tell you. All right, so I was just minding my business as per usual, and we've already talked about this, but I'm going to share it with everyone in the chat. So it was my mom's birthday, right? And she asked me to go get her a vase for the flowers I bought her. I was like, yeah, sure, okay. I'm fine with that, right? So I go to the store. I go to the dollar store, and I ask one of the store clerks to like point me in the right direction. He walks me over. Immediately, I can tell this guy's gay, right? I'm like, oh, all right, cool, whatever. Thanks for giving me my vase. So I pick up 2 vases because I'm not sure which one the flowers will fit in. I'm like juggling these vases in my hand, and I'm standing in line. And this woman in front of me, I could just sense the bullshit coming off of her because she started in. First of all, this bitch didn't have 75 cents. And I'm over here like, you really don't have 75 cents? It's the dollar store. What are you doing here? Like, I don't understand. And she's just like, she's like, oh, can I speak to your manager? She tells this guy, she speak to his manager? Which I kind of think this was kind of like a ploy now that I think about it. I think it was a ploy because she starts going in on this guy, right? She's like, so, God loves you, right? Like, Jesus loves you, right? And he's just like, yeah. And she's like, you should go to church. And he's like, I do go to church. She's like, what church do you go to? He's like, oh, I go to this church. Here. And she's like, oh, what's your pastor's name? He's like, I just started going. I don't know what his name is. And then she's like, okay, what's your father's name? Like your actual father. Do you know your father? And he's like, yeah. And then he says his dad's name, right? And then like she just keeps going and going and going. And then her voice gets lower and she gets closer and closer to him. And she's like, you don't have to have the devil in your life like this. You can let him out. And then I'm like over here like, oh, this is what this is about. All right, because I had a feeling of what it was. And then I was like, oh, okay, it's this. So I'm like, first of all, I'm not feeling it. My stomach hurts. I had gotten like 4 hours of sleep. I hadn't eaten all day. I was already pissed off. And then I see her doing this, and I'm just kind of like, hey, leave him alone. And then she jerks back, like in shock, like, oh. She's like, oh, we're just waiting for the manager to, and stuff. I'm like, no, ma'am. No. I know what you're doing, okay? I know what you're doing. Who cares? He's gay. No one cares, all right? Let it go. And she's like, listen, you can't tell me what to do. I am a grown woman. And then she looks me up and down, and she's like, way grown. Way bigger than you. And I'm just like,
oh my God.
I'm like, okay, are you threatening me? And she's like, I'm not threatening you. I'm just saying that I'm bigger than you. I'm like, okay. So I'm just like, all right, well, I don't care. Just leave him alone. And she's like, well, there's nothing wrong with me giving him advice. I'm like, it's unsolicited advice. He didn't ask for your advice. And then she turns to him and she's like, well, you don't mind me giving you advice, right? Like, putting him on the spot. He's like, and I'm like, well, I mind. What you're doing is annoying and bothersome. Just leave him alone. And then okay, I kid you not, she starts like singing a gospel hymn and dances her way out of the store. And I'm just kind of like, okay.
Wow.
I just don't know what I did to deserve any of this. Honestly, it's just kind of like, listen, I'm at this point in my life where I genuinely do not care about what other people are doing in their free time as long as it doesn't affect me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get why other people aren't like that. You can feel a certain way and not express it to strangers, You hate gay people, that's fine. Just keep it to yourself because no one wants to hear that. No one cares. You hate black people or Mexicans or Chinese people or Japanese people, anything like that, that's fine. Okay? Feel however you want to feel. I'm not going to try and stop you, all right? Keep it to yourself because no one fucking cares. All right? No one cares about how you feel. Okay? You transphobic, no one cares. All right? Just keep it to yourself. Mind your business. Go about your day. Just go. Just go. Because Like, no one cares, all right? No one cares. And if I see some bullshit, I'm going to say something. I will speak up. Because that's one thing I really hate is when people are just interjecting and sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. She doesn't know this guy. She didn't know this guy from anywhere. And she just decides to just randomly start talking to him. First of all, she makes the assumption that he's gay. I mean, he could have not been gay. I mean, I assumed he was gay too. But, you know, I don't know, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But it's just kind of like, ma'am, get your fucking only having 25 cents ass out of this store. You're holding up the line for me. I'm just trying to get this vase and go. Just leave, all right? Like, that's one thing that really irritates me about super religious Black people is that they're homophobic, which doesn't make any sense to me because it's like, okay, so we're hated because of our race. So you're just going to go along and hate someone because of something that they can't help? That doesn't make any sense. If anything, we should be more kind and reasonable because we're used to being subjugated and having prejudices against us. And so when I see homophobic Black people, that shit irritates me because it's like, why are you acting like this? You're treating people just like we get treated just because of our skin color. It's not a choice, okay? Being gay is not a choice, all right? The only thing that's a choice is whether or not you act on it. That's all. But the feelings and the emotions behind it is not a choice. And the way
someone acts, I mean, like, if someone presents a little bit more feminine than, let's say, whatever markers you define for masculinity, like, why are you getting on that person? You know, you don't know their life. You don't know anything about them. Like, all you are basing it off of is someone's markers. And what's so stupid about that is that the markers are all based off of what society says is okay or not okay. And honestly, like, who gives a fuck? Like, live your life, you know? Like, what the hell?
Yeah, people just need to start learning how to mind their fucking business is really what it comes down to. And if you're wondering why I spoke up because she was affecting me as well because she was holding up the line with her bullshit. But also just because a lot of the times people see things happening in public, things that are just awful, and their initial thought is always, well, I don't have to say anything because someone else will say something. It's none of my business. You know, it's not my problem. And because of people's apathy, so much bullshit happens. Yeah. Because everyone is afraid to speak up.
And people get away with stupid ass shit.
Exactly. It's like your silence is not helping anyone but the person who is the attacker. Okay? You're not helping the victim. So say something if you see some bullshit. But there are instances where people can't speak up because they have to think about
you have to stay safe.
Other things like, you know, their family and their own lives because they have people relying on them. That's a different situation. But I don't really have, like, I don't have children and I'm not married. So I don't have any issues speaking up when I see stuff like that.
What the okay, I'm not doing this today. I'm not doing this today. Not fucking happening. Yeah, listen. Keep that shit to yourself. Nobody wants to hear it. You're obviously going to get stepped on if you try and fuck around right now. Like, it's not happening. Like, no. Like, we just gave you a spiel. No, okay. Y'all need to get your shit together. It is not the day. Okay, thanks. I don't understand. I don't understand, and I don't understand the need to, like, express that, you know, because honestly, like, I feel like people just need to, I don't know, think about, put yourself in that situation. Do you want people telling you how to live your life? I don't think so. So why do you feel that it's okay for you to tell other people? You know, like, it's the same thing. It's the same idea. Don't get in other people's business if it's not affecting you. If you have no, like, you know, nothing to do with it, then just let it be. Honestly, that's just, you're not in any danger. They're not hurting you. They're not affecting you personally. So why do you care? Is what I'm saying. Um, all right. On that note, let's my girl, let me tell you. So, of course, you know, I told you guys all that I was on the bus recently, that I went on a trip, and so it was the ultimate blue on the bus. And so I have more stories from that, and these will probably continue for a couple of weeks because lots of shit happened on that fucking bus. But for some reason, I was sitting on my seat nicely. It was fine. A few minutes passed with nothing happening. But of course, you know, with my luck, someone has to do some fuck shit because that's exactly what it is. And they decide to stand up in the aisle right next to me. And I guess he was stretching his legs, which no problem. That was fine. We were on the bus for like 3 hours at that point. So I'm like, okay, he's stretching his legs, no big deal. And he's like doing this motion where he's like stretching his legs out in front of him. And he's like standing with his arms on both seats on the sides. And then he like turns to his side and faces the seat that's opposite of me. And he's like stretching his legs side to side, which is okay, fine, no problem. But then all of a sudden, he decides that he's going to bend forward. Mind you, his ass is like right by my face. So he thinks, oh, it's fine. I'll just bend forward a little bit and just stick my butt out. No problem. And he's doing this like weird little swaying motion. And I don't know if he was trying to crack his like back or what the fuck he was doing. But he was literally shaking his ass in my face. Listen, I don't need your little ass butt in my face shaking. Like, is this like, are you not aware of the fact that you're shaking? Like, I'm sitting right here, sir. Excuse me. So I literally have to put my hand like on my face and kind of just like turn my head a little bit. Mind you, I still had the lady next to me who was like eating this like weird Chinese food smelling thing. So I kind of didn't want to be looking at her either because she was already getting on my nerves. But like, I'm just over here with my hand on my face like, is this fucking real life? And so I'm like looking down at my lap and trying to like not pay attention to the fact that this man is shaking his ass in my face next to me. I can't. I don't understand. Like, you guys have to be more aware of your surroundings and just be like a little mindful of the fact that, you know, there's other people on this bus. I understand if your legs need to be, you know, stretched, but like, really, the booty shaking though, really, come on. I know that was just extra. Like, you didn't have to do all of that. So yeah, got butts on my face, got Chinese food all up like in my nostrils. Yeah, that's just all right. Well, story after story, we got a guy that was complaining about someone's headphones being too loud, and yeah, he had headphones himself and just decided to let it be known that he was annoyed before he put his on. Yeah, just one of those things that people think that they're fine to do whatever they want on these buses. I can't. I'm done. So that's my girl, let me tell you. Let's move on to our more serious topic. This topic is going to be when people talk shit about you behind your back. We're going to just talk about, you know, why people feel the need to do that. I'll say myself, I don't understand why people think it's okay to talk about others behind their back and to blatantly lie about another person. That's another thing that I don't understand. Like, are you that bored with your life that you're going to take it upon yourself to make up whatever the fuck story you feel to sort of like get some attention, you know? Like, is that just a thing? I don't understand. I don't know why people also like feed into that. Like, drama on TV is funny and things like that, but when it comes to real people's lives, you guys gotta like be a little bit aware of the fact that how this affects someone else's life, you know. I think it's important to remember that while it may be entertaining, it can also fuck someone's life up. Just saying. So one of the questions I had was, have you found yourself doing it? I know it's something that you kind of fall into it maybe by accident, where you're just like talking about something and then someone comes up that they maybe did that, and then like it kind of comes off as like shit talking. Like, where's the line? What do you think?
Well, I don't know, to be honest.
Like, at what point is it shit talking, and at what point is it just talking about something that happened and your opinion on it? Like, where is the, you know what I mean?
I think all of us talk about people behind their backs. It's just kind of something that's done, you know? And it's, I don't know, I feel like I feel like that's a hard thing to answer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the way I see it is that I never say anything about anyone behind their back that I wouldn't say to their face. So that's how I measure how I interact with other people if I'm speaking about someone else.
Okay. I guess yeah, if you think about like how someone's talking about you, and if you would, at what point would you get upset? It might be a good way to measure.
I don't know.
I feel like
I unless it's like, say if you or Fox or my friend Scrotum were like talking shit behind my back about me, I would be upset. But if it's like other people, I don't care anymore.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. I care if someone's lying and making shit up about me, though.
Yeah, like what?
Like if someone just basically says, "Oh yeah, did you know that this person, I don't know, went and slept with this guy yesterday?" Like, the fuck? You know, if someone says some shit like that, that would bother me, especially if someone believes it. Like, first I would find it funny if they're like, "You know what I heard about you?" And someone tells me, and then I'm like, "Oh, ha, that's funny. I mean, what the fuck?" But then if someone says like, "Oh, but you slept with that person, didn't you?" Then I'm going to be upset, because it's like, first of all, why are you believing people that are talking shit? That's number one. And number two, like, what the hell? You know, like, I'm confused here. Like, what the fuck? Personally, I don't believe other people with like the stories that they tell me, if they ever tell me stories, unless there's like, first of all, especially if it's someone that I know is a shit talker. Come on, like, that number one is a red flag. But if it's not from someone who's like reliable, then I'm just not gonna believe it. Like, why would I? You know what I mean? And if I care that much, I would probably ask the person that it's about, to be honest. So what do you do in a situation where someone else is talking about you? Do you confront them? Would you? I have confronted people. At this point, I think it depends on what is being said, because I most times wouldn't care, because it doesn't matter, it doesn't affect me. But if it's something that's a little bit more serious, I think I might care.
I'm trying to think.
Like, for example, if it jeopardizes like, your job.
Jeopardizing my job?
Yeah, well, if someone at your job is making up lies about you, and to the point where your boss
there's some crazy woman at work who's doing that right now.
Oh my God.
I didn't bother confronting her. I went to HR. So, you know, I think it depends on the situation, because I'm not gonna feed into that if it's at work and it can affect my position. I'll go to someone who can take care of it. But if it's like random people,
yeah,
like, it really depends, you know? Like, sometimes people will say things and it's just so egregious that I have to comment on it, and I'll try to confront them. But if I'm like blocked or they don't talk to me, then I mean, nothing I can really do about that. But I mean, I will like point it out. I will mention it. I'll be like, well, I can't believe this person said this about me when it's clearly not true. Like, I don't like when people lie about me either. That's a good point. I don't like that at all. Or when people believe things about me that aren't true. It just kind of shows how much they don't know me. And then at the same time, it's like, well, I mean, this clearly isn't true. They just don't know me. And if the person believes them, then they don't know me either. So is there a point in being upset about it? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a lot of people who think badly about me or think certain things about me that I'm just like, well, that's not true. And if you want to believe it, that's fine, I guess. But there's nothing I can really do about that. Like,
But have
I'm
they
not
come
gonna
to you
go.
and said something, or did you hear it through the grapevine?
Oh, I just heard about it. Like, yep. The thing is, Garuda, I'm black as well, so it's just kind of like that's how I feel about it, and it's my opinion. You don't have to agree with it. So, but yeah, the way I feel, the way I feel about it is that people don't typically confront me about things. Uh, People are very scared of confrontation. There has been instances like I was at work and I was talking shit about one of my old coworkers who was a really shitty team leader. He never taught me anything. He would always leave before me, and team leaders are not supposed to leave before like regular employees. And I would always have to stay and do all the work. So I had to stay and do a bunch of work, and I didn't know how to do a specific thing because he never taught me. And I was also going to be late for class. So I was bitching about him. Someone told him, and me and him were hanging out, and he brought it up to me. And I was like, yeah, I did say that. Absolutely. And this is exactly what I said. This is how I said it. And this is why I said it. And then he just ended up saying, "Oh, okay, you're right." I'm like, "I know I'm right. All right." Like it's just like I never say anything about anyone behind their back that I wouldn't say to their face. You know, if
Mm-hmm.
someone comes to me directly and is like, "Did you say this?" I'll be like, "Yeah, I said it," and I'll tell them why I said it, or how I said it, or any of that shit. You know what I mean? Because I typically don't talk shit about people unless they do something to me first. So.
I I I agree. I feel like I just it's so exhausting. If you care about what every single person says about you, then you're gonna spend a lot of your time just like fighting people. And so I pick and choose my battles. If I feel like it's affecting me in a bigger way than it should, then I might step in and be like, all right, let's clear this air. Let's clear this up a little because yeah, no. um and I just feel like sometimes people do that for the drama. Like sometimes people want you to react, right? And I'm not a fan of giving people what they want. Um it's just not fun. Like it's not something I want to do. And I don't know, I just don't. It's stupid. Like some people are not worth my time. There's plenty of people that talk about me, and there's plenty of things that I've heard that I'm just like, all right, well, too bad. I'm just like, whatever, I don't care. There's no point in getting into it with someone if A, nothing's gonna come out of it, and if B, if nothing comes out of it, then it's just a waste of your time. There's nothing there. There's nothing there but drama. And drama's not fun. Just to be honest. When you're involved in it, it's not fun. Um
Yeah, I don't like being involved in drama, but I do like drama, like that I'm not
I
involved
mean,
with. So,
watching it or hearing about it is kind of entertaining. I cannot lie. But it's different when it's something that has happened or, like that kind of thing. It's stupid if it's something that's made up. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why are you making lies? Like, and then it's not something that I want to be dragged into, you know? How
hmm
people do this thing where they're just like, well, arguing with someone and they're just like, well, Luca said, right? If someone just drags you in like this person said, and I'm like, okay, no, that's not cool. Don't drag other people into your drama, people. Like this is just not. It's not a good look. Um. So what I have done in the past when I found out someone's been talking about me is that I kind of just confronted them and asked them like, what's going on here? You know,
hmm
um, why are you saying this or why do you think that? And oftentimes it's always just like, oh, well, I heard this, right? And then it's like a miscommunication. And I've had situations where, I mean, someone didn't like me in high school because they heard something that I said something about them, and it turns out I never said that thing, and then they were just like, oh, well, and then we ended up being like cool. So that's something that I think is a positive way to handle it, where you're just like, look, I don't know what's going on here, but we can, let's clear this up. Let's work this out. But the other way that it can go is kind of not, it's just not worth it. Like, if you're just going to go back and forth with someone, especially like on social media about some stupid shit, like, I'm just one for DMing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not one. I feel more comfortable, and I feel like it's more mature if you guys hash it out via DM, or if you guys figure out some way to like maybe contact each other via voice, like, I don't know, Skype or Discord chat, voice chat, or, Xbox chat, like things like that. Because honestly, things get lost in translation sometimes. And all you're going to do is really have people watching the feed and just like eating popcorn and being like, oh, this good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this, you
That's
don't
me
need to be
on Twitter all day, every day, watching shit go down. Like, this is so entertaining.
I don't want to be someone's entertainment. Not like that. Not in a dramatic way.
So what kind of entertainment do you want to be for people?
I mean, I stream, so there's that. Entertainment.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Okay. Do you not find my streaming entertaining? Is that what you're saying to me right now?
No, I wasn't saying that.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't saying that.
Okay. I was about to say, you're about to shit on me right now, and I'm gonna cry.
I mean, go ahead and making assumptions about things, putting words in my mouth. I didn't do that.
I asked. There was a question mark.
Okay, but listen, ma'am. But the way you said it, okay,
it was a question.
Like, you don't find my stream entertaining. It could have been taken as a statement or a question. Yes.
I definitely made that a question. There was definitely inflation in the voice at the end.
Disagree, but okay.
What do you do, moving on, if a friend tells you something, but they tell you not to tell the person?
It depends on what they said. Say if my friend came to me and was like, so-and-so said this about you, and you can't say anything. I'm usually like, and I've been in instances like that where I've told people, well, okay, I was like, okay, this was said about you, but you can't tell them that I said it. And then the person's just gone along and told them that I told them, like I told them that I said it or whatever, right? And I'm typically just like, well, I can't force someone not to confront the person who's talking shit. You know what I mean? So I don't get upset or anything as I'm on that other end. But a lot of the times, people don't want to be involved. So that's why they say, oh, you can't tell them I said this. Mm-hmm. But it's just kind of like, if you're going out of your way to tell someone that something was said about them, you are putting yourself in that situation and you're involved now. So you can't just tell them and be like, well, you can't say anything. You can't be involved. Because that's happened before where my friend showed me like this thread of this group text or whatever, and a couple of people in there were like, oh, Luca is a gossip queen, she loves to gossip, she can't be trusted or whatever. And then I had a few friends in there that didn't say anything or stick up for me, and I was pissed. Like, I was extremely upset because I do love gossiping and I love drama, but if it's something serious and important, like because the text thread was about that girl at my job who was assaulted, I wouldn't talk about that. I wouldn't say anything about that. And I didn't, because several people had already told me about it, and I didn't mention it to the people who already knew and were involved in it. So I was annoyed about that. And I ended up confronting my friend who didn't say anything, and she explained the situation. And I was like, all right, this is fine. Because it's kind of like unfair to tell someone, hey, this was said, but you can't say anything, because not only does it make them unhappy, it also makes them feel trapped because they don't want to upset the person who told them. And they also want to know why their friends were saying what they said about them. And maybe it was a miscommunication, Yeah,
I get that. I think that's true, that maybe it's like if they have two friends and they care about both of them, they don't want the drama, but at the same time they care enough to tell their friend, like, hey, this is what is going around about you. Maybe you want to, figure this out. But at the same time, what does the one person expect them to do, right? Because if someone's saying something about them, but they're not telling them directly, I mean, I'm inclined to just go up to that person and be like, hey, we have a problem here. Because that's just me. But I I don't know. I don't know. I honestly, I just think that it's best to tell people how you feel directly, and that's it. They know, and that's it. It doesn't have to turn into a thing. But I don't know. I think people are sometimes too afraid, and sometimes people are too I don't know, they just like drama, so they'll say it behind their back, but they won't say it to their face.
Yeah.
Who knows? It's exhausting trying to figure out everyone, to be honest.
Well, like I said, I talk a lot of shit, but it's typically just because just when someone does something to me personally, then I'll talk mad shit about them. And then I make it clear to whoever I'm talking to, like, you can tell the person I said this. Go ahead. Let's see if they say anything to me. Let's see if they come to me with their bullshit. And I can put them in their place properly after they started shit with me first, okay? So, yeah.
I think it's important to also mention, or at least for me, that I don't think family gets a pass. Like, I'm not with the whole, oh, yeah, your aunt was saying this about you or blah, blah, blah. Because no. And I don't understand why my family thinks that that's like something that just is just normal. Because it's not. I don't need people talking about me if they have no idea what the fuck is going on, especially if I haven't spoken to them in years. And then all of a sudden when I see them, they act like, oh, hi, and like want to give me a hug and a kiss. Bitch, no. I just like, what? You talk about me behind my back and you think I don't know? It's not happening. So yeah, it's not. And then when people are just like, oh, but why are you acting like that? Oh, but why? You know exactly why. What do you mean?
I hate when they act stupid.
Oh my God.
I'm like, why are you acting like you didn't just call me a ugly whore behind my back? Like, why are you acting like you didn't say that?
The person, like, but also the people that are watching, like the people, like for example, me in particular, it's my aunt that likes to talk shit about me, and then my mom will be like, well, why are you treating your aunt this way? And I'm just like, you're the one that told me that she was talking crap about me, and you're asking me why I'm treating her this way? Stop it, lady. Just stop. Like, I'm not with that. It's not happening. And I'm not going to pretend that I like you in this like setting that we're in. Like, this is exactly why sometimes I don't go to my family events, because everybody wants me to be like, oh, hi, give everybody a hug and a kiss. Like, no, I'm not saying hi to the person who I do not like. I don't care if they're my cousin. It's just not happening. Just like I don't expect someone, if they don't like me, to say hi to me. It's fine. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, they didn't say hi. Like, it's fine. We can be adults here and just, it's fine. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if they come up to me and say hi, I'll be like, yeah, hello. And that's it. It just doesn't have to be like an exchange of like hugs and kiss. No, stop. Just stop. I'm not. I'm just not. So yeah, I want to point that out. I don't think family gets a pass. I don't think it's okay for anyone to make up things about someone else. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. I don't understand why people do it. It's like, are you that bored with your life? Do you not have anything going for you? Because I can recommend some games for you. I can recommend, like, SpeakPodcasts to listen to if you would like. I mean, look, you can do that with your time. Something productive. Maybe the show will help you get your shit together. Anyhow. So yeah, let us know, guys, in the comments below if you have been through some bullshit with someone talking about you, and tell us what you did and how you handled it, and like if you regretted handling it the way you did, or if you don't regret it, because that's also something to take into consideration. Yeah, let us know. Or if you want to send us an entire story and you want us to read it live, you can send it to our email, speakpodcasts@gmail.com. And you can send a voice memo, or you can just type it out and we'll read it for you. No problem. Let's move on to our next segment. This is Fuck That Shit, where we tell you our little pet peeves and we rant about them sometimes. What do you have for Fuck That Shit this week, Luca?
Yeah, my Fuck That Shit is there's some particular people on Twitter who thought it would be cute to quote a couple of my tweets, and also like screenshot a few of my tweets and put them together, and then act like they were trying to prove a point, I guess. I don't know what the fuck exactly they were trying to say. Maybe Oh, yeah, I got called a fanboy or something, or it's like guilty by association because I hang out with certain people in the community who are considered fanboys, and yet I speak my mind about certain things that irritate me. And I made it extremely clear to this fuckface that I was like, listen, I don't care if people are fanboys. I just need you to not bother me. And it's like they don't seem to understand that. Like, they don't get it. I do not care what you do in your free time. As long as it does not affect me.
With that, there were claps there. So if you didn't know, there are little hand claps there in between each word. Yeah, that means that she's fucking serious. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. All right, I don't care. All right, if you want to be a fan for Xbox or a fan for PlayStation or Nintendo, do you say dumb shit on the internet all you want. I will make my own post stating my opinion. I don't go to other people's posts and I don't argue with them like that. I leave people alone and I make my own fucking post. But people seem to think that it's cute to come to my post and talk to me and be like, well, I don't agree with your opinion because of XYZ. I'm like, I don't give a shit that you don't agree with my opinion. It's my opinion. An opinion. Opinions are not facts, okay? It's just how I feel about the situation. If you do not feel the same way about the situation as me, that does not make you automatically correct and me wrong. It just means we are two different people. So apparently, like, it's like this guilty by association thing is really fucking annoying. It's like the fact that people think that I'm a fanboy, me? Like, I haven't gotten shit from everyone on each side for my opinions. I say something that's like not automatically praising Microsoft and sucking off Phil Spencer, and then everyone's just like, oh my God, Luca, you're being negative, okay? You're overreacting. Like, I got that from people. Like, I got that from someone who was just like, oh, you're being super negative. Like, you know, this and this and this. And then they tried to put words in my mouth. Like, okay, well, I didn't say that, but all right. And then I say something that's like Xbox positive or whatever, or against PlayStation or whatever. And I get a bunch of bullshit from that side too. And then fucking fuck faces want to come out of nowhere and act like me. Like, I don't get attacked on all sides, and like what I'm saying is completely illogical. I'm like, no, I'm just saying how I feel about a situation. I'm not saying anything that's necessarily leans one way or another. It's just how I feel. I think people in the Xbox community overreact all the fucking time, and I say that, okay? And that's why people like me and respect me and are cool with me. But then when I get some random fuckface PC and PlayStation people coming at me like they don't even know who I am. You do realize I'm friends with everyone on every side, right? Like, I'm cool with people who are hardcore PlayStation people and hardcore PC people. Like, me and them are cool because we have an understanding. And that understanding is they can feel however they want to feel about something as long as it does not affect me. If I make a post, they know better, okay? They do not come to my post saying dumb fanboy shit to me, because they know better. Not only do they respect me as a person and as a friend, but also they know that no one gets a pass with me. Absolutely none of you get a pass with me, all right? If you come at me saying some fuck shit, I will put you in your place. I just want to let you know that. And I don't want you to cry about it afterwards. So I had a fuckface do that, and I had to, like, call him out. I had to be like, I just think it's cute that I blocked you, yet you're getting people to send you my fucking post so you can screenshot it and put it together. And then not at me. At me, motherfucker. You got something to say, fucking at me. And then some dumb bitch, right, wants to say that I'm a dumb bitch. I'm like, bitch, you can't spell. You don't even know how to spell, okay? How are you going to call me dumb if you don't know how to spell? Does that make sense? Chat, does that make sense? Blue, does that make sense?
Hell fucking no.
She spelled dumb bitch wrong. Stupid whore. Like, I just hate everyone so much.
I mean, I feel the same way. I'm very sick of people thinking that they can just say whatever they want and there'll be no consequences. Don't get mad if my reaction is not the one you were looking for. If you're gonna talk shit and like say stupid ass fucking shit about me, then yes, I'm gonna react. And if my reaction is one that you're scared of or you weren't expecting or you just don't know how to handle, because that's the issue, right? Where people just don't know how to handle me. That's always like the thing that's being said. Listen, get used to it, because we're not taking this shit anymore. Like, it's not happening. You're going to hear our mouths if you want it. And honestly, you asked for it because your ass decided to talk shit about us. And then, like, when things happen, you know, you're surprised. Really? You're surprised? Do you not see our feeds?
I hate that.
Do you not see our feeds?
When they're like, when they're just like, when they say some dumb shit or some slick shit or they just know what they're fucking doing, and then you attack them, you snap back, you're like, oh, okay, and you snap back, you put them in their place, and like, I was just saying, Luca, you didn't have to be so mean. Why are you so mean, Luca? Like, why are you so... Shut the fuck up, all right? You wanted to come and try to bother me? Bother me? Like, people don't know who the hell I am? People know who I am.
I feel like...
People know my reputation. If you don't want any of my bullshit, then don't come at me with bullshit, because I will destroy you.
I just feel like people need to understand that it's not fucking happening, okay? Stop. We understand that you have no lives. We understand that you want a reaction. And at some point, you might get one. But at the same time, don't be surprised if we ruin your asses with our reaction. Because honestly, the bullshit just has to stop. Like, I don't understand why people think it's okay to say whatever the fuck they want to say. And then, yeah, like when you respond and they're just like, oh, but why are you overreacting? But why are you going in though? Like, are you serious right now? You don't want to be made cry, but you want to talk shit. Like, you can't have it both ways. That's not how it works. Don't fuck with somebody you can't freaking handle if you don't want to be made look like a fool. Like, I mean, and for the most part, y'all make yourselves look like fools, to be honest. Like, all these people that talk shit, all these people that like are like running around with the whole like, and honestly too, like, can I just say, stop trying to place me in a box? Because that's not happening. I'm not a fan of one thing, and then people would just be like, oh, you play on Xbox? And I'm like, yeah. And then they're like, oh, you must be just like that. And I'm just like, dude, I have a PC too, and I used to have a PS4, and I returned that shit. So when another game comes out, I'll just get another. It's no big deal. Someone actually told me, yo, I'm gonna buy you a PlayStation. Watch, I'm gonna make you play some games. And I was like, all right.
Yo, you should have been like, yeah, buy me the PlayStation.
That's what I said. I was like, oh, okay, you could buy me the PlayStation, no problem. I think he expected me to say like, no, I'm never playing that shit in my life. Dude, buy me a PlayStation. Buy me all the fucking games. Let's go. I don't care. And he was like, oh. Like, what did you expect me to say? It's not happening, bro. Like, nah, stop it. Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Stick, right? When people tell me to relax, bro, like, especially if I'm just responding back and I'm super calm when I'm responding back to them, and they're like, oh, I was just saying this, chill. Oh, I was just saying this, relax. I'm like, don't fucking tell me to relax, okay? Because all that does is trigger me. It makes me angry. I will be relaxed. You tell me to relax, I will immediately
No, I'm not relaxed. Yeah, hell yeah. Always. And people think that it's okay to say it to women. You realize that, right? A lot of the times it's like, oh, but girl, relax. Like, why are you so hype? Why are you so angry? Leave me the fuck alone. If I feel like feeling feelings, let me feel my feelings, people. God
yeah,
damn.
Like, I don't say anything to my guy friends when they start fucking crying because their sports team loses, okay? Fucking, like, I mean, I just don't get that. Like, I'm not like, relax, it's just a game. It's not a big deal. I don't say that. Yeah, people say it to me. Also, like, you don't know who the fuck I am? What?
Can we also talk about the fact that people seem to, like, I don't know, it seems like do you not listen to us? Do you not see what we write? Do you not, like, I don't understand. Like, there'd be people, like, in my chat, and they know, like, when I'm streaming, so they know how I am. How do you not know when I'm, like, not relaxed? Like, have you seen me turn, like, all the way up? Like, have you not witnessed when I'm actually angry? How are you telling me to react? I'm fucking relaxed. Now I'm not, because you wanted to tell me to relax. So now we can talk about this when I'm not relaxed and see how far you can get. How about that? And then they're like, oh, sorry. Fucking shit.
You can tell me to relax.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I just want to point out that the people who are saying the person's name, yeah, it was her, but like, I'm not trying to have a back and forth debate with this hooked on phonics needing ass bitch, okay? Like, I'm just not trying to do that, so.
We good. We don't need names. We don't need spies. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's just, it's interesting how people behave themselves for attention.
Wow. Mel just texted me saying relax.
Why you do this, though? Also, let's point out the fact that Mel and Luca are friends. Okay, people, that's another thing I want to point out. If you don't know someone very well, it might be a good idea not to try to troll them, because then you're probably gonna get curb stomped. I'm just saying. Let's put that out there. I've seen a few too many like interactions on Twitter where people are like, oh, but I'm just kidding. And it's like, but you don't even know this person. How are you going to joke with someone you don't know? I suggest you stop.
You cannot do that. Like, I remember this one time I was hanging out with one of my dudes, and one of my other dudes jumped in, and he started like being an asshole to my guy, and I was just like, this is your first interaction with him, and you want to come off as a dick? Like, he doesn't know you. What are you doing? Like, what?
And I'm just like one situation actually happened where the person that they were joking with got upset, and they were like, no, it's not happening. And I'm just like, look, I'm not even gonna jump in here because she's warranted to feel how she feels because you decided that it was cool to argue or to troll her when you don't even know her. So it's like, nah, bruh, I'm out of here. I went to bed and I was like, nah, not happening. Don't do it.
I have a lot of friends who who mess with me and troll me and all that stuff, and it's fine because they know me and they know that we're cool, you know. But people I don't know saying shit make me want to kick them in the throat or something.
Like, we understand what you're trying to do. You want to be involved, like you want to be funny too, like, yeah, we get it. But at the same time, you gotta kind of take the social cues and know which ones you can jump into and which you probably shouldn't. I know it's harder to do on a platform like Twitter, but you got to try and figure it out, guys. And if you're wrong, if you see, all right, this didn't work out for me, I actually made this person upset, don't be defensive about it. Don't just like turn into this like, oh, well, why you got to be a bitch? You know, don't do that. Just be like, my bad. I was just trying to joke. My bad. And just step away. Like, it's fine to just admit where you're wrong. It's fine. And then trust me, we're not crazy. We're not going to be like, no, fuck you. What the fuck? Like, it's not going to happen. We're just going to be like, all right, no problem. Bye. Very simple. I don't understand the whole, like, I'm going to argue with you then now because you decided to call me out on it. I don't get that. It's okay. Okay? It's okay. Thanks. Oh my God. What were we talking?
Just leave me alone. leave me alone.
We just went into an entire tangent on just like the bullshit that we have on Twitter.
Yeah, just like leave me alone. I like mind my fucking business. I make my own post and I mind my business, okay? I'm not going to other people's posts telling them how they should and should not feel.
You don't? Because you do on mine.
Okay, that's because we're friends. I would actually troll you more if I could.
Luca trolls me so much, though.
I've been trying to be nice lately, so I've saved you from a couple of instances where I was going to troll you the past few days. No, I'm going to leave her alone. I'm going to let her live today.
Oh, my. All right. Well, it's good to know that you decided to take some mercy on me, I guess.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't know if I like that, though. Because, like...
Wait, what?
I don't know. Are you holding back? Are you just like being nice because you want to be nice, or what's going on here?
I want.
Now I'm like overthinking it. Like, I don't know how am I supposed to take this?
I said something nice to Blue a few days ago. She's like, "Ew, you're not nice to me. What's going on?" I'm like, okay.
I just don't know how to receive that. Like, I don't know how do you react, guys? I don't know. Anyway, it's working. I'm trying to be
nicer to you so you don't react with like, oh my God, ew, what? Huh?
Yeah, it's true. When I expect it, then I'm like less of like ill. But when it's not, when I don't expect it, I totally just say ill. Like, what the hell's happening here? I'm confused. Help. Somebody help me. Anyway, let's move on to our next segment. This is But Why Though, where we give you our interesting, maybe kind of like funny stories about people and the weird things that they do. My But Why Though this week is I'm walking to the bus stop from work, and there's a supermarket close to the bus stop. So yeah, but this time we're not on the bus. This is just outside the bus stop kind of thing. So there's a supermarket right there, and there's this old lady, poor old lady. She's so cute. She's like with her cane, just trying to quickly hurry down because the sidewalk was really busy. So she was just trying to like keep up with everybody and just hurry down the sidewalk to get out of people's way to try and go to the supermarket. And all of a sudden, this guy just decides he's just gonna cut her off and like go in the supermarket before her. And the poor thing is kind of just like didn't expect it and kind of just like stops in her like tracks and just like doesn't know how to react. And I'm just like, what the hell are you doing? She has a fucking cane. Are you serious? Like, why are you cutting off an old lady trying to get to her destination like super fast? Like, you're just an asshole at this point. I don't understand. I really don't. I don't know if it's our youth of the today, or if it's just like what's happening. Okay, I can't. I don't know. That really irked me. I don't like when people do shit that's super selfish. I'm just not about that life. Can you please just try to be nice? Can you try a little bit? Anyway, but why though?
Dude sounds like a fuck face.
Right? Like, how you expect anybody to even want to get with you though if you act like that? I'm just saying, like, look, shit like that, it shines through eventually. I'm just saying right now. So take notes, people. If you want to get with someone and they actually care about, you know, you and how you are, it might be best to treat other people nicely. Just saying. I know it would have been funny if she would have hit him over the head with her cane. I would have died laughing. But no, she was very nice. She just went behind him and was just like, oh, all right, well. Not me. I would have been like, what the fuck are you doing? Get the fuck up back. No, you back up. I'll go first. And then I would have gone ahead. Hit him with the cane on his like leg. Anyhow, what is your but why though?
My but why though is, okay, so I went to the Walmart in the suspect part of town. I don't have a lot of money right now. I'm broke. So I did what I had to do, okay? I did what I had to do. I always feel really nervous going in there, and I don't want to use my debit card, you know? Like, I just feel nervous being in there, you know? And so I'm like, all right, cool. Tight. I immediately regret going there. It's like, I'm not even parked yet, and I regret going there. Someone almost fucking hit my car because they were just driving through, like, the fucking parking lanes to get to the other side. I'm like, you really can't go around? Really? Okay. And I was thinking another instance of people in my area not knowing how to drive. Okay, I park, I get in, and then I'm looking at some medicine because I don't feel good, right? And I'm listening to music as this is happening. I take out my earbuds to see someone's like talking, and I look at him. He's like, oh, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to myself. Yeah, I'm just talking to myself right now. And he just keeps talking to me about him talking to himself. And I'm like, ooh, I gotta go. I gotta go. Like, I have to get out of here immediately. And then, like, I was like, I gotta go. So I'm just wandering around the store. I'm seeing a couple things that are a bit off, like certain items out of their boxes because it looks like someone tore them open, like stuff like that, right? All the electronics are locked behind a gate, and I'm just like, I need to get out of this store immediately. I saved a lot of money though, but going there is like a last ditch effort, you know? It's like, I don't understand why people do and say the things that they do in public. It's very embarrassing. And that's my but why though. But why are people like this though?
I don't understand people. And what sucks about that is that, like, it's sad, but it's the truth. There are some weirdos in the hood.
Yeah.
Like, I live in the hood, and I know, like, when I go downtown, there's weirdos, yes, but it's different. Like, they're in their corner, or they're like, you know, whatever, walking and talking to themselves and things like that. So fine. I mean, and I'm not talking about like the mental illness, because mental illness is not something that, you know, someone should be blamed for. Like, it's a sad thing. It's not exactly like something to be made fun of. I'm talking like weirdos, the ones that are like creepy and like doing some suspect shit. I don't know, man. I'm just like, look, I can't. So yeah, there are some places that I avoid too. I mean, areas and blocks, mostly blocks. I'll go like the long way to avoid a particular block, but it is what it is. I mean, at least you know the area. I'm definitely like, if you come over here, I'm definitely not gonna be leaving you alone in some places, because yeah, you're not gonna like it.
I would get kidnapped, right? Like,
you're a little short ass.
Yo, I can never go to prison. I am too pretty for prison, because they would be selling me, right? They would be passing me around for cigarettes. I've been thinking about this for years now. Like,
I can't believe you just said that.
I mean, I'm just saying, they would be passing me around for cigarettes. I would definitely have to call some woman daddy. Like, you know,
Oh my Lord. Look, it's okay. You're not going to prison. Your ass doesn't even fight. It's fine.
That's true. You're right.
Unless someone decides to like frame your ass. Like, you're not going to prison. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, anyhow. All right. Well, that is our goodbye those. If you guys want to send us yours, remember you can email us or you can throw them down in the comments below. That's fine too. And let me know if you would like some more details on how to send a submission. I'm willing to answer those questions. Don't be afraid. My DMs are open. Just don't send me some weird shit. Thanks. Anyhow, let's move on to our next segment, which is basically our plugs. We like to let you know where to find us. And yeah, Luca, where can we find you?
All right, good show. I appreciate everyone in the chat. You guys rock. Much love. You can find me on Twitter at TheAshenLuca, and then you can also find me on RDX Podcast. That's every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Older Gaming channel, and then you can find me here every Sunday.
Yes. I do want to say thank you to all the subscribers and all the new ones that are coming from other places. We do appreciate you coming by and listening to the show and giving it a chance. It's definitely different than what you're used to, but I'm glad that you are, trying to see if you like it. I like that there's people who are willing to try new things. And if you have friends, then let them know about us. This show is not for any one particular kind of person. And I've had friends come by and be like, hey, this is pretty cool, so definitely try letting your friends and family know about us. No problem. We won't mind more people. Thank you, everyone that came by and chat and spoke to us. We appreciate you guys so much. You definitely keep things going. No worries if you can't listen live. We appreciate everyone that listens later on too. And yeah, you can find me on Twitch. I am a Twitch streamer, and we will be having more guests come on the show more. If you have people that you would like to hear on the show, let them know about us. Let them come through and listen, and have them contact us. And I do have a Discord if you want to join. All those links are down below. And if you have any questions, let me know. And that is all. Thank you so much for being here.
Bye.
Bye.